Arioch whispers to trees in the light. Elven senses tuned to nature's blight. Runi calls the spirits from the deep. Death cleric secrets never to keep. Bishop clangs with metal might. Roaring thunder in the night. Grime's got a grin and a glint in his eye, bugging the criminals with a fiendish try. Raise your glass and join the chorus, friends. At the groggy donkey, hearts are warmer than the brew. Laughter's ringing out like bells, the night feels ever new. Raise your voice and share a story, let the games begin. Time stands still within these walls as we all join in.
No, Thor, I gave you biscuit. Be gone.
Greetings and welcome back to another round here at the Groggy Donkey.
The Groggy Donkey.
We've got everyone. I missed that. We've got everyone here today. It's kind of weird. We're like in between the holidays, so it's hard to say Merry Christmas or Happy New Year, or Hanukkah or.
That's why people just say Happy Holidays. It covers all of them.
I know. Old habits die hard, though.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, let's.
Also, Christmas
Great
movie.
Christmas movie.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
Die Hard.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
It happens on Christmas Eve. It's a Christmas
is
movie.
a
Yeah.
Christmas movie. I don't care what Bruce Willis says. It is a Christmas movie. 100%. All right. I don't think we have any announcements today.
Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense.
Anyway,
Right.
Yes.
Tally, let's kick it.
Yeah. Let's
Unstable
kick it.
narrator. Unreliable narrator. Can't rely on him.
So, last time, you guys, oh, what did you do? Hold on a second. It's been a few weeks. Oh, last time you guys enlisted the help of Nox, one of the people who works with Libitina, because Runi has connections with some of the gods and some of their uber supernatural powers, and you guys decided to go to Leeran to chase some leads onto where Tracy might be, or maybe like where maybe you can find some ways to either head her off and capture her or something like that, you know. So you guys are trying to figure out how to take down Tracy, and kind of working your ideas together. After all of the different towns and cities that were recommended to you by both Twin and Fungus, that was very confusing, all the different towns and stuff that got thrown at you, and you're like, hold on a second, which one should we go to? You guys are like, you know what, let's just go back to Leeran, we'll figure it out from there, because Leeran's kind of like that's where the whole thing started, so, you know, go back to the scene of the crime type thing, you know. So you guys got your first clue from Tracy there, so there might be some more clues as to where she's at. So you guys are now at the fountain, what do I call it? Falcock's Fountain in Leeran. And, yeah. Oh, you know what? Let me describe the city a little bit before. So what you're looking at is, because Bishop's never been here, and I think Grime has only kind of been through the city, so he hasn't really, like, looked around so much. So Leeran is the capital of the country of Wargix, and this is where the royal family lives. This is where the castle is. It's kind of the seat of government for Wargix, although there are kind of like smaller little towns and cities and stuff that kind of have their own government. This is where the King of Wargix lives, and so it's a very, I wouldn't say like a rich town, but it is the kind of that. It's a very diverse city with a lot of different people groups. There's a lot of different. It's a little bit more technologically advanced as far as like their economic structure is booming. They They've got great trade. They're kind of that hub where everybody can go, and it's just an ever-growing city. There's always construction being done on new houses, new stores. There's always things going on because of the different people groups and races that live there. There's always something interesting in the city. So it's kind of that. I'm trying to think of a city you can think. How did I describe it last time as far as like drawing a comparison?
I don't remember.
Okay, yeah, it was too long ago because that wasn't on our recorded episodes. So that was just when we started playing, getting familiarized.
Yeah.
So
I don't think so.
okay, but yeah, so there's a college there, the castle's there. This is the home of the Groggy Donkey. It's a coastal town. Fishing and trading is one of the biggest things. This is where you guys caught the boat, or the pirate ship, from Leeran to Leaguesville. This is where you guys got on board there. So there's lots of different things going on in there, and you find yourselves at the Falcox Fountain, which is basically in the center of the city. It's like the actual centermost point of the city. Just boop, and there's it's a beautiful fountain that has Falcoxes on it, and it's the water has been made to look like it's extra blue. There's pretty blue dye and everything put inside the water, so it's it's extra blue, and it's coming out the little fountain spouts. There's the little, just think of a very elaborate fountain. And then there's also a compass on the ground around the fountain that points in each direction. It's actually slightly off from the drawing that I drew there because it goes along the coast, so technically your north would be more of that way. So pointed towards the candy dish, a little bit more that way than that way, but yeah. So there's a little compass that surrounds the fountain, and then there's also a little announcement board with little announcements and things, like news board, basically. There's a bunch of little things going on.
A notice board?
Yeah.
Don't mind if I do.
You gonna walk up to it?
Sure.
Is there a
Arioch will...
little exclamation point above it?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Is it highlighted? Is it highlighted?
Yeah, highlighted.
All right. Arioch will walk up to the notice board and just casually take a gander.
All right. So there's hold on a second. I gotta bring up something real quick on one of my things because I think I left one behind. No, I didn't. Okay. So you see on the board there is a sign for Cornwall's Curiosities that says grand reopening. Stop by to see our new shop and new wares, homemade trinkets, toys, furniture, and used items. Bring the poster in and get 30% off your entire purchase.
Stuff that in my pocket.
You can stuff that in your pocket? Okay. And then there's a wanted poster. This is wanted, alive, Tharnock Braston Slayer, reward 600 gold pieces for trickery and theft.
I don't care about that.
There's also a help.
Grime will pocket that.
You want that one? All right. So you got the little wanted poster. The picture of Tharnock. He's a very bulky fellow with a very big beard and some braids in his hair, or in his beard, but he's balding. So he's kind of got a little bit of hair on the sides, but it looks like he grew it out. So he's got shoulder length hair, but he's bald.
What is
on
it
the
with
top.
bald men being bad guys?
Yeah, and he's got these really thick, bushy eyebrows. He's got these really thick, bushy eyebrows, and he looks like a bad dude. And then
I'm going to take out a piece of paper, and then I'm going to draw Arioch's face and said, wanted for being ugly, 1 gold, and put it up.
Okay, yeah.
Do I see him do this?
Well, you're standing there, right?
Oh, I'm rolling for it.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a. What would that be? Just a stealth check.
21.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
my passive
no.
perception 17, so I wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah, you don't see him put it up there. That's funny. Then you see
But I make sure it is known to the other two, though. I'll point it out.
Yeah.
Be like,
Let's just grab Arioch and drag him over to you. I don't do that.
There's also a help wanted poster that says help wanted potion tester, 50 gold pieces per potion.
You would be so perfect for that. Nope, no effect. No effect. Just your robot parts just taking it. You're just like, yep, no effect.
and then that one time it does have an effect. You know it's a good one.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. Why not?
The potion.
Peel
Okay.
that right off of that.
Little potion tester.
Oh, yeah.
Are you gonna
You know, for
read the
every
whole thing? Like you're
success.
just gonna read it, or you're just gonna take it?
Yeah, I'll read it.
Read it. Okay.
Yeah. What's it say?
As you look closer, there's a little, very fine print that says disclaimer: Potion maker holds no responsibility for negative effects.
Of course.
So there's that on there, and then there's a couple little other notices. You know, like such and such for sale, missing dog, and a couple of like. There's also a list that says like upcoming events in the city. You know, and they really don't interest you that much because you're not from the city, so that doesn't really matter to you.
It does matter to me. What events are happening in the city?
Okay, so there is a festival coming up for the. It's going to be the Winter Solstice Festival.
A lot of people there you can pickpocket.
Yeah,
That's the point.
Winter Solstice. Yeah, Winter Solstice Festival is coming up. There's also what they like to call Shopkeepers Day, which is actually the next day. So Shopkeepers Day is basically tomorrow. And that's where all the shopkeepers have little stands up and down the street in front of their shops. And they kind of have samples of their wares that you can go around and, you know, kind of check out what their store is about. They also hold for some of the larger stores around the town square, which is kind of where you guys are at. They'll have a whole, like, I guess you can call it like a fair, where they'll go around and they'll have some of their wares there.
Makes it easier for you to case the joint.
Yeah.
See, all important information.
Yeah. And then coming up in the next couple months is going to be the coronation of the new king. So that'll be coming up pretty soon too. And that's announced.
We just got those.
Did that just make a noise? Oh.
What?
Where are they? No, for what?
When you guys are remote.
Yeah, so we can hear you, unlike last time.
Oh yeah.
All around.
2 headsets.
we were like
What the hell's going on?
halfway across the table trying to use that.
Was Morgan just laying across the whole thing going, "What you say?"
What you say? Anyway, so yeah, there's a couple of things. There's also a post of like a obituary of people who recently passed up there. Yeah. So you guys are taking a couple posters, gonna go check some of these things out.
Well, I think ultimately, if we've got any shopping that we need to do, I've got a coupon.
Keep on.
Why do you have a coupon? And why does it say a buy one, get one?
No, it says 30% off right there at Cornwall's Curiosities. You're having a grand reopening.
No.
See, I've got it right here.
This ends up being one of your stores then.
What does that mean?
You're always into the curiosities of things.
He's calling you weird, in case you didn't know.
Oh, I like mushrooms. I know you probably haven't noticed. It's not like you rummage around in my pockets or anything, but I've got lots of mushrooms on me and other weird oddities.
I know. About half a dozen of them are on the road on the way here.
Half a dozen what?
You have a hole in your pocket. They keep falling out.
Arioch is now checking his pockets to see if there's anything, like, there's a hole. He's looking for the hole.
Make a perception check.
Oh, okay. Perception.
Nice.
That's a nat 20. So 27.
Yeah, there's a tiny hole in one of your pouches that looks like it's just been ripped from wear and tear. And then in your pocket, like your pants pocket, you have a hole about the size of your hand on the bottom of your pocket.
How the hell did he's really upset. He's trying to figure out where this hole came from, how much shit he's lost. So he's standing there. I don't have a needle and thread. Well, I guess that's what I need to get a needle and thread.
Yeah.
Hey, Bishop, you seem like you'd be really good at sewing.
Maybe. Yeah, and when he says that, I'll look at his pocket. Just like fiddle around with his pocket.
Whoa, hey, careful.
Do we have any needle and thread?
No, I don't.
Nope, nobody's got needle and thread. I mean, you are in a town, so you guys can always go buy some needle and thread.
That's true.
Or there's tailor in town too, so.
There's nothing wrong with my clothes. I just need to patch a hole.
Oh, that's what the tailor's for.
Well, you've been awfully quiet, Runi.
When is she not?
Well, that's fair.
I am. While you guys were talking, I'm slowly backing away towards the groggy donkey. Because. Not like to get a drink, but I'm going for information to try to find Bjorn Shoemaker. See if he's in this town.
Shoemaker?
He's the one whose soul I have to read.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I'm going to see if anybody has information and see if he's in this town.
Okay.
And what better place than a tavern?
Yeah, that's true.
So while they're talking away and you're starting to walk away, right? You walk past a fruit stand where this elderly lady is shopping, and she looks kind of she looks a little bit distraught, but you know you can see her. She's looks very poor, but not like begging on the street poor, just like scraping everything she has poor, and so as you walk by her, your
take a
arm starts itching. Not like super bad, but it starts itching where that tattoo is.
I take a fruit as I'm walking by.
You're gonna follow Runi? Okay. Yeah. Nobody. You're good enough, sneak thief, that you can just
It
sneak
was a
sneak-
26, by the way.
I was gonna say, what did you?
Yeah.
What kind of fruit is it?
I don't know. What kind of fruits are there?
Let's see.
Just wait for her to turn to me and be like, "What kind of fruit is
There
it?"
is a Great. You guys are asking like. I haven't made any of this crap up yet. Oh, okay. There's like a
You know these things.
There's a lemon type fruit, so it's like a yellow and it smells very citrusy.
Mm-hmm.
There's apples.
Mm-hmm.
Apples are very common here. There is a fruit that looks it's got kind of like a rigidy kind of outside. Think of like a pine cone that's closed. It hasn't opened up yet.
Okay.
Okay, but it's like kind of a blue color, and it kind of has a sweet smell to it. And then there's a grapefruit looking fruit, but the grapefruits don't look that fresh.
Quick pass. Which one's the most expensive? Let's go with that.
Most expensive would be the actually would be imported from Acredor, and would be the that Acredorian I know it's not fruit, but the Acredorian, like, what was it, like a, oh crap, I'm trying to remember what it was. Was it a grape? I'm trying to remember what I had that I had. You get, yeah, basically it's like a kumquat.
I was going to.
I'm trying to remember what it was, but I said it in another episode when you guys were in Ecuador, and it was like this thing that only grows in Ecuador. But now I can't remember what it was because I don't have that note in front of me. But yeah, that would be the most expensive one. Okay. So you have that Ecuadorian fruit. Okay.
Fantastic.
So yeah, your arm starts itching when you walk past the old lady.
I'm not going to approach her right away. But I'm going to keep tabs on her. Kind of like see where she goes, what she does.
Follow her?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a... Actually, in the meantime, what are you other three doing?
Well, it's just those two for now.
Oh, yeah. What are you two
And then
doing?
I'll be
We're
showing
look-
up back after I
looking-
take the fruit just to see where she ran off to.
We're looking for a needle and thread.
Neil and Brad, you remember...
Come along, Bishop. Let's go find needle and thread.
All right, I follow.
Crap. I don't remember what was... Oh, okay. So, you're Taylor. You remember the town called... Or in town, last time you were here, there's a little shop called Hailstrums.
Hailstones.
Hailstorms. I like that.
Okay.
It's a play on words from, like... Well, not really. It's like changing the words. It's supposed to be Nordstroms. Yeah. So it's Hailstrums.
No,
I was thinking of hailstorm. But...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But no, I like that.
Yeah, that works. All right, cool. So
I was originally going to do, like, Marshalls, but I couldn't think of anything. Yeah.
well, I feel like Marshalls would be a mix between like a clothing kind of store and then like armaments.
Yeah.
Like Marshall.
Well, no, I'm saying I was gonna play off of Marshalls.
Maybe some home goods in the back.
All of my shops here, most of my shops here are named after real life shops.
I figured.
Yeah. So Hailstorms is supposed to be Nordstrom's, which is
We're just looking for a needle and thread. It's not
okay.
that important.
Yeah. So it's a tailor, and you'll be able to find things there. So there's also a general goods store, and then there's also a. You could probably find one at probably the thrift store as well.
Okay.
So this is what you guys are looking for?
Yeah, we're just looking
Okay.
for one. Like,
You two
Not
are
that
following the old lady?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm following the old lady. I
You're
don't
following
know
the
what
lady?
her-
You're
I'm keeping tabs so that someone isn't alone.
Okay, so you're just watching Runi because she's teenage girl walking around this big city by herself. She needs a bodyguard.
No.
No,
no, not at all.
just curious. Okay, so go ahead and roll me a stealth check, both of you, so the old lady doesn't see you.
18.
Ooh. Yeah, it's cocked. There we go. 18 as well.
18. Okay, yeah. You guys do a pretty good job of tailing her. She goes to a couple of shops here and there. She stops at a few more stands. And then finally she starts heading up back west to the western, the topmost portion of the city, towards more like the more residential areas of the city. Bishop and Arioch, you guys end up going to you guys end up finding Hailstorms, and do I need to go ahead and do Runi and
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like we're just looking for needle and thread. You focus on that.
Yeah.
okay. So all right, so Runi and Grime. So you guys follow her up to the more residential area of Leeran. Some of the houses look like they're a little bit older. Some of them are a little bit more run down, but not like slum worn down like you guys saw in Leaguesville, but kind of just not as well kept. And she walks into a house with a sign out front that's very old and very weathered, and it says Shoemaker on the sign, and with a picture of a shoe with needle and thread. And so yeah, but it looks like the store's been closed for quite some time.
We'll go peek through the windows.
Okay, so you peek through the window and you see what looks to be a cobbler shop. There's little little sewing bits and baubles here. There's leather strips. There's still half done shoes sitting on the benches. There's a little rack with some shoes on there. They're very dusty. The whole inside just looks like, there's cobwebs and stuff everywhere. It doesn't look like there's anybody's actually worked in that shop for a good few years now. So there's a lot of half done projects. There's a lot of things left out. There's basically dry rotted leather sitting on the counters.
I look at Grime and I say, should we go in?
Grime's on.
You're not there anymore?
No, I'm watching over you, but I'm not near you.
You're not near me?
I'm not near you.
Wouldn't I have seen you follow me at the fruit stand?
No.
See, he's sneaking from you. You're sneaking from the lady.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't know I'm there. I'm just hovering.
Oh.
I walked by you, grabbed a fruit without you knowing, and then went up to the roofs and just watching over.
Yeah. So Grime's watching from a distance, but he can see you.
Oh, okay. I am.
Because the last time someone went alone, they vanished.
Yeah, that's true.
Good point. Okay, I am going to. I'm just gonna knock on the door.
Knock on the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Alright.
knock on the door.
You knock on the door, and a few seconds pass, and you can hear some.
Does this house have a chimney?
Yes, most of the houses would have a chimney.
Santa
Okay.
Claus.
Because I'm a bugbear and I can squeeze into smaller spaces.
I love this already.
I'm going to sneak down the chimney.
Roll me percentage.
See if you get
He
stuck.
got stuck only once.
No.
For a moment or two.
Well, it's a dirty 20. Dirty 20.
Percentage dice.
Oh, you
yeah.
want a D100?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. 42.
42.
He's been rhyme.
The fire is not lit, so yes, you can go down. It's safe to go down.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fair.
Singe all your hair off.
Yeah. The fire is not lit. It looks like it was
bugbear.
recently put out, so it's still
Chestnuts
warm,
roasting
but there's no
on an
active
open
fire going.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. You knock on the door.
I have a scythe that's on fire anyways. It's I prefer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so you knock on the door. You can hear some footsteps creaking upstairs, but it seems to be like nobody heard you knock.
I'm going to answer the door.
Okay. Yeah. You
I
wiggle your
open
way down, all the way down to the bottom fireplace and come out. So now you're all sooty.
I open up the door. Hello?
Grime? What the hell is going on?
Welcome to my temporary residence. What can I do for you?
Do you know the people that live here?
Absolutely not. Come on in.
Oh, okay.
So
Just some light B&E, no big deal.
Yeah.
it's nothing new to Grime.
Exactly.
It's his favorite pastime. So
Just another Tuesday.
yeah. As I said before, the shop is covered in dust.
Is there some good needle and thread around?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's still
I'm
some
gonna
that's really good.
Just pocket that. Is there some decent strips of leather?
There's a few decent strips of leather.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
pocket
just
that
start
for some armor
rummaging,
repair.
See if I can
Yeah.
find any papers or photos or anything.
There's
that
some-
hints at Bjorn.
Yep, there's some buttons, there's some paper, there's some ribbons, there's some things like that. There you can see like there might be like the desk where like might be like where the business takes place. You can find like the desk drawers and things. You can find some like some papers that are made out to Bjorn Shoemaker. And they look to be like just businessy papers, not like super important, but like they're made out little letters and stuff like that. And then you can see a few other things, like there's a portrait of a young man and a young woman sitting on top of a cobbler's bench, and he's kind of looks like a really playful painting, and he's holding up her foot with a shoe and kind of like really like smiling. But they look to be like they've always been kind of more on the poorer end, but he's very proud of the shoe. You can tell like he made it himself. He's wearing a leather apron and stuff like that. But that's about it. You can still hear footsteps upstairs, like the creaking.
Can I tell if it's one person or multiple?
It only sounds like one person moving around. Give me a perception check.
Nine.
Yeah, just the creaking floorboards from somebody moving around.
Okay.
And the occasional, of like a cat running across the floor, some mice in the walls. Well, that's about it.
I'm gonna leave the house.
Leave the
Or
house.
the cobbler house store thing.
Okay.
What, you're already done?
Yep.
You don't want anything else?
Nope.
The whole time you're in
Alright.
there, your arm is like on fire.
Am I able to like know what that's about? Like do a religion check or something?
Yeah.
I know. Like, has this happened before?
Never happened to you before. But you can make a religion check.
21.
So the itching and the burning, right? You think that it could be related to the duties that Libitina gave you with the name. So like that appeared on your arm, and then she told you, "Hey, seek out Bjorn Shoemaker. He's your first case, basically." And you're thinking, you're kind of putting two and two together, that it's kind of the sign like, "Hey, you're close."
Gotcha. Yeah, so I'm still gonna leave
Okay.
the building now that I know that, like, he's attached to that cobbler shop.
Okay.
So,
Yep. Awesome.
Well, this wasn't very fun. I thought you wanted more out of this place.
you don't even know why I'm here. Why are you following me?
Why aren't you following me? Jeez. And I start heading back to the others.
All right. So in the meantime, Arioch and Bishop, you guys find yourselves at Hailstrom's. You walk in. It's a very, it seems to be like a. They think they're high end, but they're not. So some of the clothing looks fancy, and like the prices might be slightly overpriced. But it's just a standard like tailor and clothing shop where you guys can find just like a typical just tunic and trousers or robe and what? No, so Nordstrom's, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So they think they're fancy, and that's it, right? And so you guys walk in, and there's a human woman that's hanging some clothing on a rack, standing there.
I ignore her.
You know her?
Oh yeah.
So you're just looking specifically for needle and thread? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Come along, Bishop. Let's find us some needle and thread. We're gonna get myself patched up nice and quick. Oh, but let's take a look at your cloak. You've got like a cloak on, right? Hey, let's
Yes,
take a look at how tattered is that? Does it need a little repair?
It's probably worn on the edges a little bit.
Oh, we'll get that nice and fixed up too. So I'm looking for a needle and thread, and then just a basic cut of cloth that definitely doesn't match either one of our clothes.
Okay, so much like a Hobby Lobby fabric section, there is a section of the store that has fabric and stuff like that, and then you also see a counter that has a big sign above it with needle and thread.
Perfect.
But when you go over there, it seems to be the tailor service where you can drop off your clothing and have it repaired.
Didn't want to talk to anybody. I'll keep looking for needle and thread.
Okay. As you go up and down the aisles, finally you find some needles and thread.
Okay.
Yeah, so you find some needles and thread. You have to talk to somebody to buy it, but
Eventually.
okay. So you're still browsing. You're still okay.
browsing. We'll go back over by the...
All right.
Bishop, are you looking for anything specific?
Am I? Does Bishop need clothes? I don't think so. No.
What? Okay.
He's just kind of observing stuff.
Nice. Okay. So as you're taking it in,
Maybe he's looking at any mannequins that are around and like feeling like a kinship there. Like,
That's my person.
he's just like standing there like poking it and seeing if it'll move.
roll me an investigation check.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Can I use my intimidation for this? Dude.
2.
Yeah.
When you poke one of them, its arm moves,
Oh.
and you think that it's alive,
Right.
but it doesn't.
My eyes widen. I poke it again.
Yeah,
See if I can't get any more reactions.
it does. Nothing else happens. Just the arm kind of like dangles a little bit when you do that.
Okay. I feel a pang of sadness.
Oh.
Or maybe he would if he could.
Yeah.
There's something akin there to sadness.
What particular type of fabric are you looking for?
Sparkles. Something cheap.
Okay, cheap, but like any specific color, any specific
Diamond and
type of
fused
fabric.
Rainbow.
silk.
Well, look, I've already put it this way, right? I wear like buckskin robe, like pants, and then like a jacket, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just made out of like deer hide.
Total Davy Crockett.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've got maybe like a sash. It's maybe got some other color to it, but browns, greens, nothing eccentric. So when I say something that doesn't match, he's a silver man with what color's your?
It's like a brown monk's habit.
Okay, so
Split down the middle.
I want a yard of turquoise cloth.
Turquoise cloth?
Yes.
All right.
That seems like it's going to be expensive.
Pick me a number between 1 and 12, and then roll me a d12. No, pick the number first.
Oh, that's how I was gonna pick the number, was by rolling
Nope,
it.
pick the number.
Okay. 5. 6.
All right, close enough. So, yeah,
Is
you
that
find
the 6 or the 9?
Why don't you use dice that you can read, silly?
They're new, okay?
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's not the right shade of turquoise, but it's turquoise enough.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, you're settling for it. You know, like, close enough.
It caught my eye.
Yeah.
It caught my eye.
Shiny.
No, it's not shiny.
I'm already shiny. I don't have to worry
But
about
yeah, it's definitely turquoise-ish. Turquoise-ish.
Okay.
So you can have a yard cut off at the counter.
All right. Well, I've got everything I need. Are you sure you don't need anything?
I contemplate wearing like actual clothes for a hot second, but then I'm like, shake my head now.
All right. I'll go over to the counter, and how many yards are on this roll?
So it's a full bolt of fabric. So it's about full bolt is about 6 yards.
6 yards? 8. I would like the entire bolt.
The entire bolt of fabric.
Yes.
Okay. And what did you? Okay. Did you get matching thread, or did you get a different color thread?
You know what? I'm going to roll a d20, and if it's below 10, no. If it's above 10, yes.
Sounds good to me.
It's a natural 20, so it matches.
All right. So it's a perfect match. It is turquoise thread.
Yep.
Somehow you got lucky enough to find a perfect match.
Yep.
So the lady behind the counter, she's in middle-aged, half-elf woman, and she kind of looks you up and down, like, you don't look like the type to be sewing, but like shrugs and does it anyway. So she, for the bolt of fabric, the needle and thread, it's a total of 4 silver pieces.
The whole kit and caboodle?
The whole kit and caboodle.
It's not
All right.
horrible.
I hand her 4 silver pieces, and you have a beautiful day.
And she just kind of smiles, like, sort of, and then just like, mm-hmm.
I do one of this, like
Yeah, your typical retail worker.
Jerky hand wave.
exactly.
So she just kind of
Good
like,
job. Yeah, let me teach you the high five. You just tap.
Gently put my hand to your
There we
ears.
go.
nice.
Wonderful. Okay, let's go back outside and let me see your habit cloak dealio.
I just take it off.
I'm gonna start fixing his.
Fixing it?
Metallic
Okay.
skeletal man with like just some bits and bobs on his back.
Okay. So about that time, as you guys start like sitting there and you're sewing up his cloak and you're sewing up your pocket and stuff like that, Grime and Runi find their way back to you.
Pawn shop.
Poncho?
There's
Oh,
a
the
pawn
pawn shop.
There's a
Yeah.
pawn shop?
Yes, there's a pawn shop. Oh yeah, that's the Cornwall's Curiosities.
Okay. I walk in. Open
Okay.
the door.
Yep. So are the rest of you going to Cornwall's too? You have that coupon.
I do have the coupon, but did Grime come find Arioch and the rest, or did
Oh, no, not yet.
he
No.
just? Okay, so
I just-
Okay, so you just wonder. Okay, so Runi finds you two.
okay.
And you walk into Cornwall's Curiosities. There's kind of like a big hubbub. There's a lot of people there.
Oh, wait, hold on, real quick. Can we retcon one thing?
What's that?
Back at the store, I want to purchase one of those cloth measuring tapes, the foldy ones.
Okay.
How much? Are they?
2 copper.
Okay.
All right. I don't mind you. Yeah. So you walk in, and you can tell that it has recently been. There's like a sign on it that says "Grand Reopening" and stuff like that. You can tell it's been recently worked on. It smells new. Like there's that new lumber smell. You can see there's lots of people in the store walking around. There's all sorts of different things around the place. You see a little sign that says buy, sell, trade. And then it seems to be like kind of like a like there's some kind of interesting things been done to it. So it like changes colors and just like buy, sell, trade, buy, sell, trade, like a neon sign.
Okay, I'll go up to that sign first.
Up to the sign in the window?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Look at it.
Yep.
I assume it's arcane in nature.
Make a
steal this thing.
yeah, make an arcane check.
You steal the neon sign.
Make an arcana check.
No, it's a good. I would.
Your cloak is just lighting up 3 different colors.
What are you talking about? This is going to be hanging off my
Something
back.
Your backpack? What are you talking? No. It's. Oh, I brought
Oh,
this.
that's
in.
going to be fun.
I love this.
Oh, you have one too. Oh, that's neat.
That's an 8 arcana.
8.
8 arcana. Yep.
It is the most magical thing you've ever seen.
I was trying to look for wires, to be honest. There was like actually like something plugging this in to make.
Well,
it work.
electricity doesn't exist, so I mean,
You never know.
yeah,
There's tinkerers around.
it's true. Yeah, no,
lights,
you don't
fairy
see any
fire
wires.
type
I mean,
stuff.
I look
Yeah.
at that thing.
Yeah. So exactly. So like, there's nothing that seems to be.
He's a man.
There's nothing that seems to be like
tin
mechanical,
man?
like Bishop. But to you,
Yeah, you never had fun
it
with
looks
me.
to be the most magical sign you've ever seen.
Okay, it's on the outside of the window or the inside?
It's sitting on the inside of the window, pointed out, like facing out. So as you walk in, you can see the buy, sell, trade as they walk in.
Okay, I'll have to go inside then.
Okay, so you're not inside the building yet. Okay, so you're not even inside the building yet. Okay.
Amazing.
I'm for it.
Yeah. So you walk in and you see the big store. There's lots of things covering the store. I mean, there's everything from just the smallest little trinkets to furniture to used clothes to used weapons to new weapons to all sorts of stuff in there.
Okay, so I'll go up to the clerk first to sell something.
Okay. So you walk up to the buy section. There's a little counter that's kind of like specifically designated for the pawn area, and the person sitting behind there, he's a very this man's he's been around for a while. He's got kind of like the saggy, wrinkly like jowl, He's he doesn't seem to be like cranky, but he kind of has little extra wrinkles that make him look mean. But he doesn't seem to be mean because whenever you walk up and he greets you and he goes, "Oh, hello there. What can I do for you?"
I'm looking to sell something.
"Oh, you've come to the right place, my friend."
And I put down a golden trophy of a pumpkin.
A golden pumpkin trophy. All right. So he picks it up and he takes a look at it. He kind of scratches at it a little bit, and he, dunk, 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 and he goes, where did you get this?
I won it in a competition.
Oh, okay.
I helped this town slay a demon pumpkin.
A demon pumpkin, you said?
Yes, a demon pumpkin.
Oh, okay.
One of large proportions, and they rewarded me with this trophy.
Roll a deception.
I'm being truthful.
So you think?
Deception. Let me find the right. I actually got a pretty decent deception. 15.
Yeah, he believes you. I mean, despite it blatantly saying on the trophy, like, fall, a harvest festival, such and such a year, or whatever, biggest pumpkin. He's like, all right, I can believe it. Like, maybe that's all he had laying around,
Your story almost matches.
Yeah,
Pretty close.
it does, yeah. So, he takes it over and he goes, well, let's, what was your first, how much are you thinking that you want for it?
600.
He kind of, and he goes, hold on a second. He pulls out a scale, and he puts it on the scale, and he kind of adds a couple weights to it, and he goes, I could do 520, only because there's wood on the trophy.
You do 600 and I'll throw in this obsidian gem.
He picks up the obsidian gem, puts one of those little like things in his eyes, and he looks at it. And he kind of does that little like thing, and then he goes, it's genuine. He goes, you know what? For the gem and the trophy, I'll bring you 600.
Perfect. Done
Awesome.
deal.
Yep, so he hands you 600 gold pieces.
Fantastic. And then I'm going to just travel around the shop until the other ones show up.
Awesome. So you're gonna, as you look around, I'll wait to describe the shop till the others make it there, because that's probably their next stop anyway. So, are you guys, after you've sewn it up, are you guys gonna go look for Grime? Or just kind of like walk around the town and poking it out, because you really wanted to go and use your coupon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to so before we like head over there, I'm gonna have Bishop stand there, and I'm gonna take some measurements on him. So like,
A T-pose.
yep. I need a T pose. I need to measure.
Pose for dominance.
I need to measure your chest. I'm going to measure your waist. I'm going to measure your inseam. I'm going to measure your shoulders. I'm going to do all that,
Okay.
and then we'll go over there.
Roll me a. What would that be? Roll me performance.
A performance?
Yeah, because, I mean, you're not a tailor, so you just think you know what you're doing.
I mean, I haven't performed it. Okay, I'll roll a performance. My -1. 1.
One? Yeah, these are the most accurate measurements you've ever made. Like, you think you've got it down, and you can make him the perfect fitted outfit ever.
Okay.
You're trying to make him an outfit?
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
One?
You did a good job on his cloak. You did a good job on your pocket. You're like, I'm pretty confident I could do this.
My Mifa taught me how to sew.
Okay, yeah. All right. So anyway, you
I
guys
feel
are
like
going
your
to
brother
Cornwall's.
was better at sewing.
Probably. Is, not was. He's alive.
Yes.
Just curiosity. You still have your hats on?
Yes.
Okay. Do you still have the hat on?
I don't remember what my hat was, but
The red,
it's
the red top hat.
It's a top hat. Yeah.
I don't remember
Because you
what
guys left
hats I had. I
straight
didn't put 'em
from
down.
Emrock to Leeran.
Probably yes. I'd still. Arioch would still have his top hat on at this
Okay.
point.
Okay.
God, I forgot about that.
All right. I was curious.
I don't remember what my hats were.
I think you had
You
like a
had-
chapeau de brass,
Yes.
like a Napoleon hat.
Yep.
Okay.
There was a bowler hat, if I remember correctly.
The bowler hat was off of.
No, that was on the little bear.
Oh, okay.
I know you had a jester hat with like the little multicolors of the bells. I think you had one of those.
Yeah, I
Did
remember
I?
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, there's a
Okay.
jester hat, and there was the top hat, and there was another hat too. And I can't remember what the other one was. Was it a toque?
Oh, it might have been a toque.
It might have been a toque. Anyway,
I think it'd just be comedically funny if Grime is just stealthing like crazy with little bells jingling.
That's funny.
all the time.
yeah. I forgot that I had. I don't think it had bells on it. Now that oh no, they were pom poms.
Oh,
Yeah, they were
okay.
pom poms. Okay.
So, but yes, we would go to. I actually have a bunch of stuff I'd like to sell.
To sell? Okay. So again, it says Cornwall's Curiosities, and your poster says bring it in for 30% off your entire purchase. Are you gonna? Did you like give a good read to the poster? Or do you just be like 30% off, and you're like, yeah, heck yeah?
No, I would have read the whole thing.
Read the whole thing. All right. So as you read the whole thing,
Have a purchase of 1,000 gold or more.
at the bottom, you see a little really small lettering that says one poster per person until the end of the month.
Okay.
Perfect. That's all it says.
Well. Good afternoon. Wait, what time of day is it?
Yeah, we'll go with afternoon.
Good afternoon. I've got wonderful things I would love to sell to you.
All right, so you see the same guy that I described to Grime, the kind of elderly gentleman. He appears to look older than he is, and he's like, "Oh, what do you have to sell?"
Well, I've got 4 bottles of fire wine. I've got 2 Jasper stones. No, I need my Jasper. Never mind.
He also has a partridge in a pear tree.
Don't worry about him. I've got 2 gems. Each one of them is supposedly worth 90 gold each. I've got 3 silver ingots. 7 obsidian chunks.
Okay.
Then I'd like to peruse a little bit and maybe do a little exchange.
Okay. Absolutely.
What do I see in his store that would interest
So,
Arioch?
okay, so are you
bonsai tree.
going to sell the items first, or are you going to try to use the items to buy items? Because you could do that too. Because again, they're buy, sell, trade.
Well, what
The sign's still on the window because Grime hasn't taken it yet.
I think what he's asking is kind of like getting like an like
Good keyword there.
I guess kind of doing like an in-store credit.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
So I've got these items. I
Are
wanna-
these worth what I want to purchase?
yeah.
Okay.
Or if not, can we use that towards my purchase? And then of course I've also got the 30% off coupon.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. So,
Arioch is a very frugal elf. Okay.
okay. So, the guy's like, kind of thinks for a second, looks at you, and he goes, "All right, yeah, browse around, and then bring me back the trade items, and we'll take a look."
All right, sounds good. Take a look around.
All right. So
Perception.
inside, well, you don't need a perception. You're walking around the store.
So, Gardner, what are we buying? What are you selling?
I've got some things. Assuming that they didn't fall out of the hole in my pocket.
That's unfortunate. I told you about it. Good thing you're going to get it fixed. You need needle and thread?
I just fixed the hole in my pocket.
Are you
His
certain?
needle is a much bigger, like thicker gauge needle, and his thread is more like brown.
Basically, the needle and thread I wish I had.
They're cobbler needles, yeah.
Yeah, for leather.
No, I've got the needle and thread. I fixed the hole in my pocket. I even mended Bishop's tunic thing.
That was what you rolled a 1 on?
No, that was measurements.
Oh, so it's a little big on him. Is that what I'm saying?
No, this is something else. I'm working on something else.
Okay,
I
fair
bought
enough.
6 yards of turquoise cloth.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Okay. All right, so you walk around. There's all kinds of things in here. Picture like a like an antique / thrift store. There's all kinds of things in here. They've got furniture on the ground floor with some other things as well. But like towards the back of the store, there's furniture, like bookcases, dining room set. There's a beautiful like vanity. There's a what do they call those things where you put dishes in?
Like a china cabinet or a...
Yeah, china cabinet. You can see a love seat. There's also some paintings that look to be like, for you guys, they're like classical paintings, and then there's a few more modern looking paintings, might have been done in this age.
Any of those paintings large? Like large-sized paintings?
Like the size of the sign out front?
Maybe.
Yeah, so the sign would be about a good 10 by 15.
Okay, so I assume there's a painting
it's a
around
good
that
size
size.
painting. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So yeah, there's a painting that's about that size.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
It's a painting of a river and a little dude sitting on a boat, surrounded by trees and like little grassy, stuff. So it's like kind of like a nature scene and a little man sitting in a boat.
Okay. I will take that painting. Mm-hmm. And then I'm also, before I take that painting, I'm going to put one arm around Moody, one arm around Gardner, pull you guys close to listen. Either one of you have detect magic. These places are usually good for curses. And or unknown magical stuff.
I do in fact have it. If you give me 10 minutes. Well, actually, hold on. You know what?
We don't have that kind of time.
Is there like dirt or any kind of plant inside of this building?
There's a few potted plants.
Okay, if I remember correctly, druids have the ability to swap out spells
Hey.
kind of on the whim by kind of communing with nature, if I remember correctly, or am I thinking of something else? No? Okay.
There's a ritual energy.
That's
used to
that's
start drawing chalk.
yeah. You're not that level yet.
Oh, I'm not that level yet? Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay. Well, I do have detect magic, but I don't have it prepared, so I would need to ritualistically cast it. So if you give me 10 minutes, I can do it.
Fine.
Alright,
I'll
so-
walk up and buy the painting.
In those 10 minutes, you're gonna buy the painting.
Yeah.
The painting is, it's more of a modern painting, so it's about 20 gold.
I'll give you 15 for it.
You the person behind the other counter, not the same guy, the other counter, and looks at you and goes, "Yeah, we could do 15."
Thank you for being so pleasing about this.
Yeah, we just have our grand reopening and we're excited, and we do have a little bit of an overstock, so we can haggle a little bit for you.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
And I go up to Moody. You got any paints?
I think I do actually.
You would have like makeup in your disguise.
I
kit.
have, yeah.
Yeah.
How much you need?
You'll know.
What you willing to give me for it?
You're gonna try to haggle with me
Yes.
after I gave you
Okay,
easy
that's
access
that's fair. You
to
give me cuts
my
of whatever you steal
temporary
from Arioch.
residence.
You always share whatever you steal from Arioch, so that's fine. Yeah, I give him the paints and makeups I have.
And now I'm
use.
going to write buy, trade, sell over the painting.
Okay.
This is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great. So you managed to find like kind of close colors to match what the colors look like on the sign. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got the little buy sell trade on there.
And I'm gonna trade it out.
Perfect. Make a sleight of hand.
Natural 18 plus. Where are my skills? I want to say it's plus 5 for sleight of hand. Plus 4, so 22.
Nice. Yeah, nobody sees you do it at all. You just swap the painting with the sign.
They handed me a bag for the.
Oh yeah. A little.
Okay,
little bag.
cool. You just slide it in the bag.
You got to protect the painting somehow. So yep, nobody sees you do it. You do it perfectly. You pull it off. 10 minutes go around while you guys are browsing. There's china sets. There's some old toys. There's all sorts of stuff. And you cast detect magic.
Yep.
All right. So what are you trying to look at everything or just a particular few things?
Well, I would imagine since the way Grime said it, I kind of want to get an overview of the entire store and then try to focus on a few things that.
So you're gonna kind of slowly walk around the store, looking around while you're.
Yeah, like if I come up to a little bauble that looks stupid, I'm gonna bypass it. But if I see something that actually looks interesting, I'm gonna check it out a little bit more.
Okay, what does it look like to you when you cast detect magic? Like, what do the things look like when they're magic to you?
I would imagine that Arioch, everything kind of has an almost things dim a little bit, and then those particular items might glow or be outlined.
Certain color or
Yeah, they would be probably kind of a greenish color.
a green color?
Yeah.
Okay. Besides from the items that are on your friends, and yourself, you can see a few patrons that are in there. They've got some little glowing things on them. And then you can see, it's not like a super bright glow, but there's a bunch of glows coming from all over the shop. This is, filled with all sorts of different things. So, antiques and goodies and trinkets and stuff. So there's various things that are glowing here and there all over the shop.
Okay, I guess are there any like weapons?
There's a few weapons. There's 2 that glow.
Okay, and then any this sounds really odd, but any like box-shaped things.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to go over to the weapons first. You said there was 2 of them?
2 different weapons that glow.
Okay. What type of weapons are they?
One of them is a hand axe,
Okay.
and the other one is a short sword.
A short sword. Okay. That's interesting.
What's the name of the shop we're in?
Cornwall's Curiosities.
Cornwall. Thank you.
I'd like to.
And this is all downstairs.
Oh, there's that upstairs too.
There's an upstairs too. Yep.
Okay.
The
well,
upstairs is the new renovated portion.
I will make my way up there at some point. Where's
But
detect-
while you're downstairs, there's a little section with some weapons.
Okay. What school of magic, if there is any, does the short sword give me?
So detect magic shows you the school, right?
Yep.
Okay. The short sword?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember what.
What does it do? I can give you a school pretty easily.
It's a +1 short sword.
And it's just enchantment.
Just enchantment? Yeah, it's just an enchantment.
So just enchantment. Okay.
Yep.
And then the hand axe.
The hand axe is a looks to be like, I guess you can call it like sharpness or whatever. So like the thing that it's been imbued with magic, whatever, it can cut through. It basically ignores armor.
Okay, that's also enchantment.
Enchantment
Also
too. Yeah.
Okay. So they're both enchantment. Okay. Interesting.
Oh, and while you're there, there's a little shelf with some other like types of like as you get closer to the weapons, there's a little tiny like open box or whatever, like a tray, and there's some assorted things in there. There's something glowing in there as well, on like some shelves, and they seem to be like weapon related things.
Okay. Interesting. All right. I'm gonna look at Grime.
Grime isn't there because he's taking the sign.
Yeah.
I'm at the front of the store. So unless you want to come find me,
I'll take a stab at it. I have a hand axe in my inventory.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to replace my hand axe, or that hand axe with my hand axe, and then take the one that's in the store.
I'm such a good influence.
Okay, so instead of like, oh, I'll trade you, you're just gonna go.
It's a magical weapon. It's probably like 1,000 gold or something like that,
Okay.
or more.
Yeah.
So
5,000.
roll me a sleight of hand.
Okay. Fuck. 9.
Just as you like pick it up and you're like holding them side by side, like you're about to hang it on the wall where the one was, somebody comes by next to you and goes, "Can I help you, sir?"
Oh, this is a beautiful. I was just comparing it to my old tomahawk, figuring out if this was something I'd maybe want to purchase, and I don't know. What's the price tag on this thing?
The hand axe is priced at 700 gold.
Checking the pockets.
You know what? I'll come back to it. It's nice. I might purchase it. I don't know. Accidentally almost put my tomahawk. Oh, whoops, excuse me. Slide my tomahawk back in there.
Roll me another sleight of hand.
Roll you another side.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. So much better. That's 18.
Yeah, you actually get it on the wall before the person kind of like looks at you and then looks back at the wall. But you actually like are able to trade it out before you're like, oh, and then swap it back.
All right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Actually, I've got a slight question for you. I'm going to open up a blueprint that I have on how to make Horcruxes. And I'm going to ask them if they have any of these things that I need.
Wait, where did you get that?
I got that in the library here at Leeran.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
All right.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I need like a phylactery and just a few other bits and bobs. But what all do I need?
For a Horcrux?
If you don't know them off the top of your head, just
I really don't know off the top of my head.
Would this
The
store,
blood of your enemies.
This store might have a few things if you look around.
Your firstborn child.
all right.
Hold on a second, let me look.
Well, I want to
A burrito
I
from
want to
that
ask for these items
truck
without like
stand.
saying that I'm trying to make a Horcrux.
Okay. Items.
Has to be exactly 3 days old. A minute older, and it doesn't work.
Shit. What are the requirements for?
So while you're doing this, I go up to Arioch and I kind of look at him and I'm like,
Hey, is Fungus with you right now?
Fungus.
Fungus?
Here, Runi would like to watch you for a little bit. Here you go, and I'm just gonna like place him in your hands.
All right. Yep. So Fungus. I mean, he's
yeah.
not this big. Yeah. He just. And he
So I
helps you.
kind of go off a little bit away from people so I can talk to him. And I pulled out my little bag of tricks and I rolled a 1, which is Gregory, my weasel.
Okay.
So I have Gregory and I have Fungus.
Okay.
And I kind of set him aside and I'm like, hey, you boys want to do a favor for me?
Fungus?
I'm like, what does Fungus eat?
Fungus will eat anything.
So if I gave him centipedes or grubs, that would make him happy.
He would be super.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm bribing them with food.
Okay.
And the task I give them is kind of just like recon on Bjorn in the house and seeing if he's in there, kind of explaining the whole situation, being like, hey, if you see anything weird, if you see Bjorn, if you see them doing any magical weirdness or anything bad, I want them to just do some like recon for me, see what they can see.
Those are his spells in case you need them for anything.
Okay. Oh yes, his deck of spells. Yeah. How big is your weasel?
Weasels are like weasel size.
Just a small weasel?
Yeah, it's just a normal weasel. It's not like a giant
Why
weasel or
aren't
anything.
you
It just says
playing
weasel. So I'm assuming he's maybe like
I don't know.
He sounds more
8
effective.
or 9 inches long.
Yeah, good times.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No. I was gonna have Fungus ride on the weasel, but never mind.
Oh. I mean, it might work.
No. Fungus is too big. Yeah.
Maybe Arioch will go into retirement. Fungus will come out. I don't know. Play as Fungus.
Yeah. Yeah. They like very happily accept, and they
Sweet.
Fungus, and with his little tiny arm, and just and he and the weasel kind of scamper off
Sweet.
into the town. You can see through the weasel's eyes, basically.
It's not a familiar.
No, it's not a familiar.
It's not a familiar-
just a
okay,
summoned
so it's just a
beast.
summoned beast. Okay,
Just
so
a summoned beast.
and they don't have to there's not a range or anything. They can go anywhere. Okay,
Doesn't
so
it
you just want them to go and report back. Gotcha.
It's health
says I
and
just give
time
them-
frame.
Yeah.
Just time frame. Okay.
Yeah, the creature vanishes at the next dawn or when it's reduced to 0 hit points.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah. All right. Sweet. So yeah, they head off. And your weasel would know just because you summoned him. He just
Right.
yeah. You tell him where he's at and he can sniff it out. Maybe he sniffs a piece of leather that you.
Mr. Gregory is very smart.
Very smart weasel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Bishop, what are you doing?
Bishop's probably looking through the old junky part of this book.
The junky part of the safe. So you
Yeah.
went upstairs.
Like the rusted
Okay.
tin.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Yeah, so upstairs has more of kind of the junky stuff, which is funny
Okay.
because that's the newly renovated area.
Right.
But it looks like they renovated it and made it bigger so they could fit more crap. And there's a bunch of weird stuff. Oh, as you're right by the stairs and you're going up, to your left, there seems to be a seasonal section. And it has these little shelves that has little statues and stuff like that, and your Christmas ornaments and things like that. And then there's a shelf that is completely full.
Chess
Of-
pieces.
Good idea, but no. Snow globes
Snow globes.
right by the stairs. So you pass by that as you go upstairs.
Okay. I'll pick up one of the snow globes and
Pick it up?
just look at it and then just spin it. Just shaking in my hand a little bit. See what it does.
Okay. It you see it, the little snow kind of just
Yeah.
like that, whatever, and you can see inside there seems to be it's just kind of lightly enchanted or whatever, put like the sign would be, or a couple of things to catch people's attention, stuff. So when you do that, there's little people inside that kind of ice skate around on the little pond. You can see it kind of glows a little bit, but not too much, it's just slightly enchanted,
It's just a little bit of more humanity pouring into him.
Yeah.
He'll put the snow globe down and he'll go and look at all the old rusted out junk.
Okay. Yeah. There's
Poking around.
There's a bunch of things up there. There's some tools. There's all sorts of different trinkets. You see a tea set while you're up there.
Damn.
Yeah, really fancy China tea set. There's dolls, and there's a couple of clothing cloaks and hats and boots and stuff like that. There's a basically, if you've seen it in an antique store, they've probably got it.
Okay. Does anything catch my eye? Can I just make a roll for something random that catches my eye?
Sure. Let me bring up a random item table real quick. So let me see a random item table. Oops. Hey. What kind of object are you looking for?
That's a good question. I don't know if it's necessarily a weapon or an object. Maybe just a trinket. Let's go for a trinket.
Just a trinket. All right.
Yeah,
Hold
it's
on,
just a
let me, trinket. Here
You
we
know,
go.
if it happens to be magical, I'm not going to complain.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy.
57.
57. Let's see what 57 is.
It's a punch in the face.
It looks to be like a map.
A map.
Yeah, there's a map that kind of looks very interesting.
I open the map.
Yeah,
I open it.
You roll it out, and it's a map. And on the map, there's a little X on part of the map.
Highly doubtful, but does Bishop recognize what this map is too? I doubt it.
You're not from this land,
Right.
but you can try to deduce what it is. Yeah.
Okay. What's
I
that?
guess that would be,
Investigation?
yeah.
It's a flat roll right here. Here we go. Yeah, now one.
That one.
That one.
You don't know really what the X is for, but it seems to be that it's not like part of the what do they call that?
Topography.
Topography, but the legend. It's not part of the legend, right?
Gotcha.
So it seems to be
Is it
added
possibly like it's been
later?
hand drawn on?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
hand
yeah.
drawn on the map. Then you can read the language kind of, as you're starting to pick things up. And so you can probably decipher it if you had a little bit more time to stare at it and kind of read it,
Okay.
or have one of them read it.
All right. Cool.
Yep.
Good. Just gonna add that to my inventory.
Cool.
Not really caring about the consideration of paying for this object.
So I looked it up, and there's several different ways to do Horcruxes or phylacteries.
Okay.
And I need poison,
Okay.
an object that can contain some sort of space,
Okay.
and then it says the blood of a sentient creature that will be sacrificed. Now, there's other ways to do it on
Yeah.
D&D Beyond, like official. It was saying something
Okay.
about it really up to your DM, but like a $50,000
Okay.
or 50,000 gold process of. It's really up to you
Yeah.
of how to do this, but that is what Arioch is
Okay.
attempting.
I'm glad you found something, because the only thing I found was Harry Potter things.
Yeah, I saw that too.
You would definitely be able to find, a container. There's lots of
Poison, maybe.
boxes and stuff. No, they don't sell potions or anything. They sell trinkets and doodads, thingamabobs, gadgets and gizmos aplenty. Yep.
What kind of poison?
Just poison.
Because I
You
have
would know-
poisonous spiders.
You would you would know from last time of being in Leeran that Bart's Brews would be one of the places to go, and you would know that Madame Whifferin's
Yes.
would be a place
Yep.
to go.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's some stuff I need that she would probably have more than this place.
All right, cool. So, yeah, I will purchase I will find a small object that can be as a space inside.
Okay, yeah, you find a little like jewelry box that looks to be hand painted. It can look like however you want it to be, but it's hand painted. It's made out of like pine wood or something,
Perfect.
Yep. And if you wanted to purchase it, it's 4 copper pieces.
What's that is? What'd that be like?
Yeah, what's
Purchasing
that?
We need to save our gold for a rainy day.
Watching Grime, I just assumed you can just take things in this world.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have to pay them.
Yeah. Nobody really sees you because like there's so many people around, they don't really notice. And like it's a piece of paper. Like you're just looking through things. Nobody's gonna notice you pocket it.
I bring it to Arioch. That's what I'm gonna do. Bring my map to Arioch and just kind of like unfurl it.
Do I recognize where this map is of?
Roll me a investigation check.
Please tell me you do.
An investigation, you
I
say?
need to know.
Okay.
This is important, Arioch.
9.
9.
Yeah.
You don't right off the bat recognize where it's at. It seems to be like it's slightly coded, but the language looks like it was coded from. What languages do you speak?
What languages do?
Common, Druidic, and Elvish.
Okay, from like your experience, it kind of looks very like slightly dwarven.
Okay.
Like it's coded out of dwarven.
I can't read it.
You can't
but
read it,
I kind of.
but you can recognize that it's
Okay.
dwarven.
That's-
It's like I can recognize what Korean looks like, but I can't read it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So like,
May I look over his shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
What are the words? I know Dwarvish.
you know Dwarvish?
I know
Okay.
Dwarvish.
So it seems to be that it slightly makes sense because some of the words are not coded, but some of them do look like it's been coded. It would take you some time to sit down and actually like try to figure it out. And then, but for the most part, it basically, the words that stand out to you is treasure and Ziz. So for you, it seems to be a map of a particular portion of Ziz.
Ziz isn't so weird.
That's a pretty interesting map.
Oh, you recognize it?
Oh, I can read it.
Oh, you can read it.
I'll hand it over to Grime.
Thank you.
Okay.
I just pocket it.
You can add into your inventory.
Treasure map of Ziz.
Yeah, indecipherable treasure map.
Indecipherable?
Yeah, you.
But
well,
I
it's
could
not,
read
like,
it.
Totally indecipherable. Just be like
And undeciphered.
undeciphered. There you go.
There we go.
Undeciphered treasure map. So there you go. But you're not like familiar with Ziz, so you don't know like what region of Ziz it's at. But obviously there's writing all over it, so the writing probably would tell you where specifically. You find your little box. What else are you guys looking for? You guys still
I'm going to Madam's.
Madam with friends? Okay. You're just gonna leave?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other business you guys wanted to do in Cornwalls?
I got nothing.
I know you wanted to sell some things or trade some things.
Yeah, I've got some stuff.
Did you use your coupon?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I wanna get that hand axe,
Okay.
and I want to use the 30% off coupon, and the stuff that I want to trade in to knock off the price.
Okay. So what are the things you wanted to trade?
Well, if you want to do that, I'll add up everything.
Okay.
Like,
So go ahead and add it up.
Yeah.
You go to Madam with friends.
Assuming that. Perfect.
Madam with friend. You walk into the store. And then you see Madam with friend. She's hanging a couple things up on like a little peg, and she turns around. She goes, "Oh, hello there, dearie. Welcome in.
Hello.
Oh, I know you. Hi, dear. How can I help you?"
I'm looking for a couple things that I know you probably have. I need some snake's tongue. I need some sweet oil. I need some bat guano, some sulfur, and if you have some dried flesh.
Any particular kind of flesh?
Nope, just flesh.
This sounds like the old lady that would have any kind of flesh.
Oh,
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
that's why she asked.
Yep. Yep.
Our oils are right over here. And she kind of points to one of the walls, and she goes, what was the first thing you said?
Snake's tongue.
Say tongues? Okay. Our organs are in the jars on the shelf over here.
Perfect.
And I'll see if I can find you some dried flesh.
Thank you.
And then, of course, you would probably be able to find some of your other things assorted across the shop.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. She comes back about 5 minutes later, and she has a little tiny like cloth in her hand, and she comes up and she goes, I believe I found you some dried flesh, my dear,
Sweet.
but it is a little bit more expensive
I figured it would be.
now. And she comes.
How'd she dry it so fast?
She has a dehydrator.
No, she's just that old. No. Remember, Madam Whiffrin's a little gnome, so she's.
Does she also have regeneration too, so she could just keep getting it back?
No, that's a business idea.
So she goes. She brings you to the counter and she
You need an
lays
organ,
it
I'll
down on
just
the
grow it
counter,
back.
and then opens up like a cloth, like a very thick like vellum cloth, whatever. And she undoes it, and you see this piece of very very like dark colored dried flesh. It's clearly flesh, and it's dried up. It doesn't look like it's meat or anything. It's flesh. I mean, it has kind of a little bit of an odor to it. And she goes, "This is the highest quality, and it comes from one of the bravest heroes in the land." I'm just kidding, dearie. I made that part up. But it was very hard to get. This here is breast and flesh.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. And
I
how much
believe-
for all of that?
Well, and she counts up your items or whatever, and total, your total amount, including the Braston flesh, will be 1,200 gold. Braston flesh is very hard to come by. Unless you kill one yourself.
How much would it be for half of the flesh? Like everything with half the flesh instead of all of it.
Probably about 750 gold.
I'll do that.
Okay, so she
Just get it all.
she takes a little piece and she cuts out half with her shaky little gnomish hand, and she folds it up inside of a little piece of paper and ties it with a string. And she goes, "You take very good care of that, dearie. I hope it's enough for you." The total flesh amount was probably about 4 inches, so you got about 2 inches of Braston flesh.
Okay.
And
Braston bacon.
Now, where's the closest graveyard?
Best made
Graveyard?
when you add in the maple.
the graveyard would be on the kind of the southwestern portion of the city.
Okay, that is where I'm heading.
Okay. In the meantime-
So, gents, you're missing someone. Aren't you her caretaker?
No, what gave you that idea?
I mean, you're always looking.
Always looking what?
And my ass.
That is not true.
I didn't say that. I don't know what you're hearing.
She's like 200 years younger than me, and she's ugly because she's
Have you not seen Age Gap Love?
yeah,
she's not
come
an
on.
elf.
Wow. So you only like those with pointy ears. I guess Bishop's just your type. All right, let's go find her.
Don't
Oh.
Nazis have one?
Yes, yeah, they're slightly pointy. Yeah,
Well,
more
hold
like
on.
think more like.
You
Spock.
take a moment to look, and you
Yeah.
have like glued on
holes.
like wooden
No.
ears.
I pulled them off.
So the total amount of things that I was wanting to sell comes out to 435 gold,
Okay.
and then 30% off 700 was 490.
Okay.
So I owe him 55 gold for the hand axe.
Yeah, you're able to get that for 55 gold.
Bishop and myself are walking out of the store, and I turn back and go, "Gardner, you done shopping yet?"
I'm coming. Just hold your horses.
Ugh, you take too long.
Eddie, what exactly am I adding?
What's that?
What exactly am I adding?
Just for now, call it a hand axe of sharpness or something like that. I'll figure out an actual name for it.
All right.
Just remind me.
Hand axe.
Hand axe of chopping.
Wounding.
Yep.
I'll find it. Is it a +1?
No,
Just regular.
I don't think it would be a +1. No, just hand axe of sharp. I'll figure out the details later.
All right.
Yep. So there you go. You now have a very, very, very sharp hand axe.
Okay.
As you're walking out of Madame Wifron's, the weasel and Fungus run up to you, and they're out of breath, and because they ran there the whole way, right? And what was it you wanted them to check out?
Fergus has
Specifically?
lungs.
Fungus?
Fungus has lungs.
Well, he's panting.
He just sees Gregory doing it, so he's caught.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just more like recon to see if they could see Bjorn, if they were up to anything bad or dangerous,
Okay.
or doing anything magical, or.
So they tell you that when they went inside, they found, the shop. They described the shop to you, and they went upstairs to the living area, and there's an older lady, and then there's an old man in bed, who the old lady was feeding soup to. Nothing hinky. Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. Just an old man and an old lady.
Okay.
Both of them human.
Okay. I'm gonna just pocket that information for now.
Okay, and then just head right to the
Yeah.
thing. Okay. The shops, like I said, most of the shops are kind of on this main strip. So like you guys would be able to see Runi when you guys come out of Cornwalls, kind of up in the distance as she's walking up the street, but she's still, she's a little ways up there. Are there any other stops you guys wanted to go along the way?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna pickpocket the first person I see, and I natural 20.
All right. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna use my random table here.
Nice.
So let's see.
Just bump into someone. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, and take whatever's in his
Roll me
pocket.
a. Actually, hold on. Let me not do trinkets. Let me do something else. Wow, that's a huge list. Hold on a second. Oh, here we go. There's actually a pickpocket loot. Okay, go ahead and roll me a. Actually, D10.
7.
7.
7.
All right, now roll me a D6.
4.
A simple gold ring.
Cool.
You're able to just slip it right off his finger.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome. So with that, that'll be the end of this episode while you guys are kind of doing your own thing. So we're going to end that there. And we'll see you guys next time at the Groggy Donkey.
Thank you for joining us, everyone, and stay groggy.
Oh, the groggy donkey calls us home with the event.